Okay, welcome to Graveyard Tours. I'm in Paris, Pennsylvania, and this is the old Cuba cemetery. It's not the oldest, but there's some from the mid-1800s here, that's for sure. Frederick Custard died 1919. The sun is very bright. Like I said, this will be a short video, but just to show you, even here, they have stone markers with nothing on it, just a stone sticking out of the ground. So this cemetery is still being used, and you can see the overall view. It's still being used. So there's Civil War soldiers here, and like I said, it started in 1850s, this cemetery. So, and you're always going to find these old headstones that unlegible. There's an old spruce tree here. So yeah, you're not going to see many markers here that are still legible. The old ones anyway. So here's a soldier. And this is Civil War soldier. Thank you for your service. And the weird thing is it looks like John Otto died 1915, so he survived the war. Actually, I'm on my way back to the 1806 church, and I just happened to hit this cemetery. So there's a couple of old ones, not many. Here's a World War II soldier, Harry Shaw, died March 1977. Thank you for your service. Here's another Shaw, also World War II, Private U.S. Army. David Shaw, died 1984. Thank you for your service. So again, you know, like I said, you have to imagine, and here's another headstone with nothing on it. Here's another. You have to imagine, so this is Pennsylvania, and this is slate country. So underneath this ground, I mean, it's stone. So just to dig a cemetery on a mountain, on a hill like this, trust me, it wasn't easy. You know, because this is all slate, like everywhere. It's 1904. Adams died 1904. So again, like I said, there's it's not the oldest, but I have to show you the 1914 hammer, and another hammer. So the family of hammers. And I'm sure these are probably hammers too. Not everybody could afford a nice headstone. So that says Connor. Here's another one, just initials on. You'll see a lot of these with just initials. I've been to many, many cemeteries where you just see initials. And like I said, it's kind of an old one. So we're in the old section now. Here's a unique one. So not very many, you can tell, not very many expensive headstones out here. So I think that says Grazier, Isaac Grazier, August 1800. So this, I mean, this, again, this is an old one here, right here. Oh, you know what? It's probably 1890. Can't really tell. Sometimes the video shows better than I can see. And this is wife of Grazier, 1886. That I can read. Or 1885. Okay, so here's some older ones over here. Like I said, always, you know, everywhere you go in Pennsylvania, you're always going to see many, many Civil War soldiers here. Soldiers from all the wars, but a lot of Civil War soldiers died for our freedom that we enjoy today. So thank you for all your services. These are unlegible. So This was a baby. 1939, July 12, died the same day. Oh, that's sad. Daughter of Vernon and Pauline Morris, died July 21st, 1939. 1 day old. This is kind of unusual the way this was carved. John Rock, 1926. Here's a Civil War soldier. Died 1919. Isaac Gordon. Yeah. So we're not going to hit too many here. We're on our way to the larger 1806 church, but I have to show you this one. You know, some of these cemeteries, like, I'll forget them because the cemeteries literally are everywhere. And when I see one, I try to stop at all of them. There's some more soldiers here. Curtis Thompson. World War I. Oh, you don't see too many World War I's. Thank you for your service. Curtis Thompson, F2 U.S. Navy. Died 1984. Wow, so he lived a pretty good long life. He was almost 100 years old. So that's it, folks. So somewhere in Pennsylvania, there's an old nice antique truck. Oh, here's another one. We'll stop at a couple more on the way back. August 1900. Jaron, I can't read the rest. Thomas Blackburn and his wife died, like, it looks like 1 year apart, 1 or 2 years apart. And again, you know, the pollution eats this, even eats the granite stone, so a lot of them become unlegible. Here's another Blackburn. So these must be the Blackburn family here. Yeah, you get these little small communities, and they were all farmers. I mean, this is farm country here, you know. So, you know, you get these little these communities where everybody's a farmer, and you know, the gathering place was at the church, and that looks like definitely in the 1800s. I just can't read it. So yeah, they, you know, so the whole family's born and raised and died here, you know, and they all kind of knew each other because it, you know, wasn't big communities here. They were separated by large farms. That's it, folks. I hope you enjoyed this short video. I'm gonna make this a short one so I can go to the other one. And but that's what you see out here in Pennsylvania. All right, I hope you hit the subscribe button because I got many more I'd like to visit and share with you people. Thank you much for watching. This is a nice little view right here with this tree. Thanks for watching. Welcome back, Graveyard Tours. I'll put these two together. So there's where I was just at, that cemetery on the hill. And then as I'm leaving that cemetery on the hill, I turn around and I didn't notice this in the first time. But this is Paris, Pennsylvania, and this one is much older. You can tell it's really much older. So I had to film this one too. Here's again Civil War soldiers. That's Civil War. Thank you for your service. Unlegible. So now it's right next to this building here, which is a commercial paint store. And I think probably the church was here. You can see the old foundation. That's an old foundation. So this probably was a church at one time. There's many defunct churches. In other words, they just they moved to a different location. I don't know. So Williams. So this is definitely a much older cemetery here. You just tell it's 1899. The sun is working against me here, so forgive me. So now that's an unusual. Let me try to block the sun. There we go. So it says I think it says Maybell, But look at this. These are all children's. Look at this. These are all children's. These are little tiny headstones. Just initials and some no initials. And there's a bunch of them. So like I said, you know, diseases used to come and wipe out whole families. And of course, here's an old fence. That looks like the original fence from the 1800s. And it's just a wooded area back there, and that's behind somebody's house there. But that's it. So definitely what we're looking at, I'm almost certain that that's an old church, because look at that old foundation there. And they just remodeled it, and now it's a paint store. So here is a Leroy Mansfield, 1899. Thank you for your service. Cuba. Oh, wait a minute. Look at this. Now this is very Troop L2, United States Cavalry, died in Cuba, folks. Look at this. So look at that. Died in Cuba. Amazing. Wow. And you can tell nobody's really visited this grave for a while. Wow. Now that is amazing. Died, when did he die? 1899. Leroy Mansfield, 1878 to 1899. He was a young man. Died in Cuba. Amazing. Thank you for your service and your sacrifice. Wow, that's a first for me. That is a first for me. So we're just see, like I said, you come out to these old cemeteries like this, you don't know what you're going to find. And look at this. This is in cursive. This is another first for me. I've never seen one in cursive. This looks like it's probably concrete. Died 1902. What does that say? Nambler Chloe O. Born. Wow, look at this. Died 1980? This is a handmade. Yeah, 1980. That doesn't. 1902, born August 10th. Okay, so this is a handmade headstone, concrete, and then somebody, they did a not so bad job. I can't really read the name. Something Nailer, E-R. Yeah, okay, so like I said, a lot of times, you have to forgive me, because a lot of times the video actually shows it more clear than I can see with my eyes. 1966. So look at that. So the pollution of the, because it's right on the highway, eats away the marble. So some of these headstones look a lot older than they actually are. But this is a very unique graveyard here, though. It's on a hill, kind of a steep hill, and a lot of these unlegible. And there are lots of headstones here, lots of graveyards here that you can't read. Can't really read anything on them. So those are most likely the older ones, definitely the older ones. So really cool though. 1925s. Here's a large headstone here, Haynes. Just says Haynes, no dates, no nothing else. So yeah, but you can tell, like the ones in the 1800s, you can tell there's a bunch of them here from the 1800s. So like right here, there's a whole group of them. There's a bunch of them. Really cool. Yeah, so there's another Civil War soldier here, Franklin Norton. 1882 looks like, definitely Civil War. Thank you for your service. Yeah, I wish I had time to spend, a lot more time, investigate more. But you know, it's, a lot of times, like these are like this. I've never been on this road before, just to let you know, coming out here. So I took a different way and to come out here, and I just never been on this road. So it's just this is my first time visiting this place, and you never know what you're gonna find. Like the one back there, died in Cuba, in the Battle of Cuba. I mean, it's just, you know, you just don't see stuff like that. But now here, it looks like this really is the very old section here. For sure this is. Inside these trees. And again, you're gonna see a lot of this in Pennsylvania. Just pieces of slate. Let's see if we can get any dates. It says Catherine. Looks like 1870. Yeah, I'm almost certain that's 18. What does that say? Darn. See, I just can't, a lot of these you can't read. Here's one right against a tree. So when this person was buried here, I'm sure this tree probably even wasn't here. So this has got to be, that looks like 1890. Yeah. So here's another Civil War soldier. Thank you for your service. Yeah, and also too, there's just so many, and here's a house right next to the graveyard. I don't know if I would be comfortable with that. I don't know if things go bump in the night at that house, maybe not, I don't know. Depends, but it's almost, like I said, you get feelings. You know, you start to recognize the feelings, and you see a lot of feelings where you get feelings. I mean, at a lot of these some of these graveyards, and they're all a little bit different. I'm not really feeling anything here. So, another Civil War soldier. Thank you for your service. PA volunteer died 1922. Yeah, so I wish I could spend more time, more research, but I mean, I spend the rest of my life, however long that is, to really get, you know, in every graveyard. Here's a couple sitting right there, nothing. Some really old ones here. So, you know, here's one by itself. I gotta, well, not by itself. I guarantee you this graveyard is probably full. It's just missing a lot of the headstones. Maybe that's when they started burying across the street. Thank you for your service. What does that say? It looks like Chaplain Martin Monks. I really can't tell. Or Charlie. Actually, I think it says Charlie. 1926. Thank you for your service. I think that's World War I. But yeah, folks, I'm going to call it. I got another one to go to because I had some plans, and there's a headstone out there that I need to find. So that's going to be it for this one. Yeah, so I wish, like I said, let me just finish my thought too while I'm walking back to the car. I wish I really had more time to research, because I guarantee you, almost in every cemetery, you're going to find some historic person, or, you know, somebody. They don't not necessarily have to be historic, but lived an interesting life. Now here you go. This is what you find too, and I don't like to see it. All these headstones just stacked. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's like 8, 9 headstones just stacked here because they get lost. They fall over. People come out to cut the grass. And that's a unique one. And then their graveyard is lost. Like where do the headstones go? And that's what happens, and it happens quite often in these old cemeteries. It's not good to see, but it does happen quite often. Okay, signing off. Thanks for watching. I hope you hit the subscribe button, like button, leave a comment if you want. And that's it. So we're going on to the next one. Thanks for watching.